Welcome to the studio, everyone. I'm going to be doing a studio tour of my workspace. This is a pretty small room, so I thought it would be fun to show you guys how I've utilised the space and how I've decorated the area. So the first thing you see when you come in is my desk. This desk, I believe, is a very old desk from IKEA. Over here we have my laptop, it's a Dell. And we also have my wireless mouse as well. I have this pink mouse mat which has like a cushiony wrist support, so it's more comfortable when you're using the computer. And moving over here we have my mint desk lamp, which goes with the colours of the room. If you hadn't noticed, the colours are mint and pink. I wanted colours that kind of complemented each other but also were kind of like happy colours. But this is my mint lamp from John Lewis. It articulates, and here we have my Beauty and the Beast collection mug, but I got it specifically not just to go with the room but to hold all of my pens and pencils and art materials that I use the most. So we've got my art pens here. So mostly they're Sakura Pigma Microns, and then we've got some Copic markers as well as some gel rolls. So just the pens that I use the most, I leave them on my desk. And also underneath this Beauty and the Beast mug, I also have a lovely Pusheen the Cat coaster. Here we have these two crates. I painted them both pink, that also goes with the rest of the room, and inside are all my old CDs that I used to have in this room before I kind of redid it up to be my proper workspace. But if you just move it like so, you can see inside all my CDs. I really like collecting CDs because I like to use them when I'm on a car journey. So got all of them there, and then you just close it up. It's just a good way to kind of save space and also make it look nice and tidy. And up here we have this painted Kilner jar with a little bird on the side, and I just use it to keep my scissors in here when I need it. This is just a little glittery bottle that I used to have on a keychain. I thought I would leave it here because I thought it looked quite nice. And then if we go back over here, we've got my bunting that I've put as decoration on the wall. So the stripes on this wall, I masking taped the whole thing and I painted it myself. And I really like how it it does elongate the room and make it a lot bigger, which really helps because I like to make a tiny space look as big as humanly possible. And then here we've got my little calendar. I got this from Kiki K, and it's big enough to put as much information as I want to throughout the months, and I love all the little illustrations that are on there as well. And then just as we go along here, so here we've got on the top shelf of my desk, I've got my Polaroid camera. Also matches the room, of course. I'm really into photography. I used to study it in secondary school, but this is just a fun little Polaroid camera that I can take with me when I'm on holiday and that kind of stuff. I have my little fake succulent plant, which is just here. And then here we've just got a collection of books that I've decided to leave out. Some of them are folders, like for example this is a little Polaroid folder with all my Polaroids that I've taken so far. Here is one of my favourite little storybooks, which is A Day in the Life of Tom Mouse. And then we've got some Japanese books because I'm trying to learn Japanese. This is a Japanese version of The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and I'm trying to translate it. It's very hard. And I've got my Japanese grammar book and my Japanese phrase book. And also here there's just a book about the stars because I like space. And just here we've got a money, which I got at some point, and then I decided to paint it up and customize it, and I decided to choose a pink unicorn bear with the flower crown. So with the money and with all of these figures here, so I've got, you know, unicorns and kind of fun things. I don't have many of them in this room, but I have some things from my childhood and things that are kind of bright and colourful, just to, you know, brighten up the area. And it's nice, especially when you're working in here all day, it's nice to kind of look at things that make you happy. So I've got these here. I also found this this nice bottle when I was out at a cafe, and I decided to, once I'd finished the drink, bring it home, wash it out and use it as a little plant pot. Got some fake flowers in here. And then I've got some colour swatches, which I actually used I think for this room, so I thought I'd keep those in here with this peg. And down here I also have some Japanese cards that help me out with learning Japanese as well. So that's the top of my desk area, and if we just go down here, so this drawer just is filled with, you know, cables and just random bits and pieces that I decide to chuck in here. And down here as well is another just box of cables and stuff, especially to do with camera equipment for filming and that kind of stuff. And then if we just go over here, we have my little desk chair. This is from IKEA. I chose it once again, so it matches the walls. And it's a lot more comfy than my old chair. It's nice and padded, and it's a nice minty green colour. Down here, unfortunately we've got a lot of cables, which are a bit ugly, but I can't help it, unfortunately. Here I've got my laptop bag. I kind of bought this one fairly recently-ish. I liked it because it was kind of mermaidy, iridescent colours. But I also have another laptop in here. It's my old laptop before I got my new one, and I keep it there just as a kind of backup in case the worst should happen and my laptop dies. So I've got that in there, and also my Wacom tablet is in there as well. To our left, hidden under the desk, I've still got some portfolio cases of stuff that I did when I was in school, so some life drawing stuff in there, as well as some past development pieces and just stuff I used to do at school. Just kept them under here in case I should ever want to go through them again. And here is my pride and joy. This is my nice little art cabinet that I put together, and I love it so much. So I only recently got this. This was for Christmas from my family, so I've just put Emma Studio on here because I wanted to. But this cabinet is something that I've been wanting for a really long time, and what I did was I just bought this off Amazon and I just constructed it. But what I did do is I made these little, I guess little signs out of old Scrabble game pieces. So I've painted the sides of them and the main body of them in the same colour of the rest of the room, and then I've just stuck on the words that say pending and finished depending on what tray that I need. So obviously this tray is for work that I'm still doing that I have not finished yet. So for example, I have at the moment my childhood redraw bits and bobs in this one because I'm still in the process of filming those. And then in this one are obviously all the finished pieces that I have done. So this is one of the childhood drawings that I have finished, and then after a while they'll need to be filed away into my portfolio boxes. But for now, when I've immediately finished them, I normally pop them in here. I also have some prints as well that I sell on my Etsy that I keep in there as well. So on the tray below the pending and the finished trays, this is a right mess, but these are all my little sketchbooks that I've been using, also my diaries, my planners. So I've got up here, I have my bullet journal, just random notebooks, sketchbook, scrapbook, more sketchbooks, a planning notepad, my planner from Kikki K, more notebooks, and all here are my past notebooks from fairly recent-ish, so that I can keep them, look back on them if I need to. And then here we've just got some brushes that don't fit in any other trays. On the other side we have my painting materials. So I've got some paints back here, as well as some brown gummed paper that I use sometimes when I decide to stretch my watercolour pieces. I also have my watercolour palette here, my Winsor & Newton one, which I use pretty much all the time. I also have some little pencil cases that I use for when I go out with my materials and decide to do some travelling. So I've got a unicorn pencil case, and also recently my friend gave me a nice Pokemon one because I love Pokemon. And in the front here I also have another watercolour palette, which is a travel sized one for when I want to travel with that. It also comes with a little water brush, and I've got some black ink and all my erasers because they didn't fit in my Beauty and the Beast mug. Just underneath here we have my paper tray. This is all my watercolour paper that I have, some scrap pieces that just accumulate over time so that I can put them in here and I'll know that I've got paper ready to use for whatever reason. Also have some card in here in case I need to use that as well, and some more watercolour paper pads down there. I also have a watercolour pad here as well, but it's so big that it can't really fit in the trays, but I leave it there in case I need it. And the bottom trays, in this one I've divided it in half. On this side I have all my materials for when I like to scrapbook. So I've got like sticky tape and lots of different coloured bits of paper and all that fun stuff. And then here I have some photo frames as well, which I use for when I want to take photos of my products on my Etsy store. I can put them in some nice photo frames. And on this side I have some more stuff for my Etsy. So these are just some cardboard pieces that I can put into the envelopes when I send off my Etsy orders, just so that they can stay safe in the post. And next to that, even more Etsy stuff. So I've got the envelopes that I use to send off the orders. They're also card backed as well. And also I've got my clear plastic bags that keep the artwork protected inside the envelope, and also some templates that I made out of tracing paper to help me when I draw the Etsy orders. So from here to over here, I also use this room just to get ready in the morning, so that is why I do have a dressing table in here. So I do have my makeup on the left there, my hairdryer is sticking out here, and I've got some curlers in there as well. And up here as well, just my mirror and some aesthetic pieces that I've kept here, like some flower crowns. I also have left a pink wig there because I thought it looked nice. My Disney ears from when I went to Disney, and a bunch of hair products. But going back to workspace stuff, if you look just underneath my dressing table, we have my printer and scanner, even though I don't use this as a printer anymore because the printer bit broke, but I do use this as my scanner. So this is my scanner. So just under here, it's a Canon Pixma. It's quite old, but it's been very faithful to me so far, so until I need to get another one, I'm pretty happy with this one. But it's really good. It's just an A4 scanner here. And then next to that, I've also got a tripod. This is the bigger one, which I use for most of my videos. It's just from Amazon. And then I have another baby tripod here, which I use if I'm traveling around. It's a lot smaller. It's also a lot heavier, but it's really good as well. And just here, I've just got some photo albums just for personal photos of the family and friends. And last but not least, it's this wall, which I know is a bit of a weird thing to mention, but I specifically made this wall when I was redoing this whole room into kind of like a feature wall, which is why I've got these kind of pink frames with nothing in them, because I was trying to be artistic. And I thought I would keep them here so that if I would like to take any videos with a nice backdrop, I could do that. So that's why they're here. They're also really good for when I'm taking photos on Instagram of some of my pieces. It kind of just adds a nice little backdrop to it. So that is my little workroom. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour. I'm absolutely besotted with this room. It's really calming, really happy, and just a really nice place to work. So I think I did myself proud in redecorating this whole space. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have a workspace? Or do you have a dream workspace that you've always wanted to have? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye!